The NBA awards were really, really weird. I didn't watch the NBA awards. I hate award shows. They're kind of a waste of my time. I'll catch the highlights on YouTube. I'm glad they put Dwayne Casey's speech. I actually watched it. It was quite funny. He talked about being fired. Great speech. And I saw Bill Russell flip somebody off. But there's literally like in a 3-hour span of an award show, there's like literally 4 minutes I want to watch. And I'm just not going to waste my time with that. But here's what I do know. I didn't watch the NBA awards, but I know what happened. I know the results. And I know that the NBA Coach of the Year went to a person, Dwayne Casey, who the Raptors fired when the season ended. And I know that the Rookie of the Year went to Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons, not really a rookie. Like he played for the first time this year, but last year, the year before this year, he was injured, not playing, but working out, traveling with the team, being a part of the 76ers. And so he basically got like a redshirt year. So depending on the definition of rookie you look at on Google, depending on the definition of rookie you find on Google, he's either a rookie or he's not. That's minutia. It's silly. I don't know. The other one that's controversial is James Harden was chosen as the NBA's most valuable player over LeBron James. And personally, I find this one the most offensive, the most ridiculous, the stupidest. Most valuable player. You're telling me in last year's NBA season, you're actually telling me you thought that James Harden was the more valuable player than LeBron James. I don't even, I'm going to make, of course I have an argument. Of course I'm going to tell you why that's ridiculous. But guys, just use logic. Most valuable. Let me tell you, the NBA writers are the people who vote on the NBA's most valuable player. What's most ironic about this is they write more articles about LeBron James than James Harden. So literally, financially, LeBron James is more valuable than James Harden. Wow. It doesn't matter, but you think about it. LeBron James is literally more valuable even to the NBA writers. He's the most valuable player in the league. But that's not why I'm going to make my argument. LeBron James had better numbers, more points, more rebounds, more assists. He played in more games, but he had better averages too. You look at LeBron James had a better shooting percentage than James Harden. He also had the same three-point percentage. You look at James Harden. Of course, James Harden's strength is his ability to shoot threes. Guess what? LeBron James and James Harden had the exact same three-point percentage, 36.7%. Not to mention James Harden plays no defense. Not at all. LeBron James' defense isn't great. I'm not defending LeBron James' defense at all. But James Harden literally does not play defense. At least LeBron James has moments where he does. And when we talk about most valuable player, it's like, do we forget half of the game? We only talk about scoring anymore. Scoring, I know scoring is very important. It's the league about scoring. It's how you win games. But did we completely forget? Did we just erase half of the game? Does defense that not matter so much that we're going to give it to a guy who doesn't play any defense at all? Oh man, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. Not to mention, the Rockets won when James Harden played poorly. I've made this video before. I made a video called LeBron James should be MVP, not James Harden. Go watch it. It's great to make a whole argument. I'll make the short version here. James Harden shot less than 40% in 8 games this year. His worst shooting night was 11%. James Harden's 8 worst games. In James Harden's 8 worst games last season, the Rockets were 7-1, which tells me James Harden can play badly and the Rockets will still win. In LeBron James' worst 10 games, and by the way, his worst night shooting was like 31%. So the worst of the worst for LeBron James is a lot better than the worst of the worst for James Harden. But here's the thing. When LeBron James played his 10 worst games, the Cavs are 3-7. 3-7. When LeBron James plays bad, the Cavaliers could not win. And when James Harden plays bad, the Rockets did win. Remember in the NBA playoffs when I know it's a regular season war, but I'm just saying this is now a valuable argument. When James Harden was in the playoffs, he shot 11% against the Golden State Warriors, and with Chris Paul, the Warriors lost the game. The Rockets beat the Warriors, even though James Harden had a horrible, horrible night, his worst night shooting all season. And let me ask you, who's more valuable? Like, what does valuable mean? Chris Paul is what made the difference for the Rockets last year. Because before Chris Paul was added to the Rockets, the last 2 years prior to Chris Paul, the Rockets were 2-10 versus the Warriors. And suddenly after adding Chris Paul, the Warriors and the Rockets were competitive. That tells me that James Harden wasn't even the most valuable player on his own team. It was Chris Paul. Now, I made a video. LeBron should be MVP, not Harden. I elaborate on all of this. I recommend you watch it. But the point is this. Most valuable player is just really stupid. In any sense of the word, in any sport, in the NFL, and most in baseball, in the NBA, it's all dumb. It's just really stupid. And what I would rather we call it, let's just call it what it is. It's the NBA writers' favorite player of the year. That's what it is. It's the guy they chose to put on a pedestal this year. Last year, it was Russell Westbrook. Yes. This year, and suddenly, so last year everyone felt bad for Russell Westbrook. The argument was, well, Russell Westbrook has no help. Look at, he's averaging a triple-double. We got to give it to Russell Westbrook. This year, suddenly, we got to give it to the best player on the best team. Why do we come up with a new reason you keep moving the finish line on LeBron James. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. And so I think the truth is, and maybe we call it player of the year. It's NBA player of the year, but it's not most valuable. The most valuable player is a joke. Don't call valuable. It's a bad name. It's stupid. It's the NBA writer's favorite player every single year. The guy they decided to put on a pedestal this year. Maybe it's the NBA player of the year. That makes sense to me. But you can even argue that it's not in the best interest of the NBA for LeBron James to win an NBA MVP. And let me tell you why. So the NBA awards are stupid. They're dumb. I don't care. I don't like them. I don't watch them. But they do need to exist. Do you know why they need to exist? Do you know why the NBA awards are really, really great? Because I'm talking about them right now. Because I argue with my friends at a bar. Because we watch the NBA awards. I don't, but a lot of people do, and go, that's stupid. First of all, the NBA awards make money, and that's good for the NBA. Second thing, though, is that they're controversial. And the job of the NBA is to create storylines about their players and to promote stars. That's what the NBA's job is. It's really not. It's to make money. It's a business. And the way you make more business is you have good storylines and you have star players. So the more controversial that the NBA awards are, the more controversial the NBA's MVP or Player of the Year or Coach of the Year is, the better it is for the NBA because people talk. If LeBron James wins the MVP, we go, of course, and we move right along. Whereas when James Harden wins the MVP, we're having this topic right now where I'm saying, that's stupid. Why would we do that? And the truth is, controversy is good for any business. For at least if you're in the business of storylines, usually controversy is good. Not for Golden Compass, that didn't work out for that movie. But if you're a radio host, I hate to say it, controversy is good. Journalists lean really hard into controversy because it gets them clicks. It's awful, but it's true. And an NFL league, an NFL, NBA, whatever, you want controversy because it gets eyeballs on you. So choosing James Harden for the MVP does this. It creates, first, a big story. Why would James Harden win MVP over LeBron James? And then it builds the James Harden stardom, the legacy. You're overhyping, basically, James Harden, which is cool. Good for him. And maybe the true genius of the NBA awards, this is maybe sarcasm, maybe not, is that it happens long after we've forgotten the regular season. Why would you give everyone a regular season award after it's already over? We've forgotten. Here's the thing. If you just give James Harden the MVP at the end of the regular season, it's much easier. But when you're looking at it through the lens of the playoffs, James Harden looks small and shrimpy and bad. Because clearly LeBron James is the most valuable player in the NBA. I wouldn't even say that James Harden is the second most valuable player in the NBA. I would say it's probably Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Chris Paul. I like that. There's so many players I would pick before James Harden. James Harden, best player, best team, great, but does that really make you valuable? I don't think so. And so I'm just tired of us calling it the most valuable player. Don't use the word valuable. Just say it's the player of the year. Or just say it's the NBA writers, and this is where I get snarky, it's the NBA writers' favorite player of the year. It's the guy NBA writers decided to put on a pedestal this year. We don't care about the word valuable. We just want to, this is the story this year. Last year was Russell Westbrook. This year it's James Harden. I have no faith in MVP awards ever. They're ridiculous. They're stupid. Don't pay attention. And the good news is you don't have to watch it. I didn't watch it, and I just watched the highlights on YouTube, and I move on with my life. So we're moving on, but I just can't believe that, I don't know. It's stupid, and maybe it's better that it's stupid because it gets me to talk about it. And it gets my friends to talk about it. Like, we're going to pay attention to the NBA MVP because it's dumb. So, for better or worse. Thank you so very much for watching. Remember, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, as well as my best, most interesting clips. If you like Strong Opinion Sports as much as I do, help me grow this podcast by telling your friends about this show. Share it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow this podcast by telling your friends. Thank you so much, and have a great day.